Hey y'all, what's up? How you doing? So I hope y'all living y'all best lives out there. If you do happen to hear the cats eating their food, I just fed them. So yeah. So anyways, they just sound like they eating loud. So anyways, right? I wanted to talk to y'all about nefarious intent. Sometimes when you're dealing with someone and you have such good discernment and you follow your intuition will alert you to, a person's intentions, whether it's good or whether it's bad. You can just kind of know off rip, like what the intentions towards you is, right? So at the end of the day, it's just so funny because these folks, they really be thinking that they smart, and they are not. They're not as smart as they think they are, because if they were, then y'all know the saying, to fool a fool, be a fool, or pretend to be a fool. So basically, sometimes a chosen one or an earth angel, you got to play dumb. Because just like on a train or a bus, you get on there at whatever stop you jump on, right? And you decide to ride it to the end. They always announce last stop, whatever, right? You get to that stop and you get off the train or you get off the bus. That bus or that train goes to its station and they're off duty rest of the night. Or they change routes, whichever one. So at the end of the day, earth angels and chosen ones, they are the last stops. Okay? See, a karmic individual, they will do karmic things to other karmics, and they don't reap any karma. So they can lie, they can cheat, they can use, they can abuse, they can steal. They might even kill. Okay? They'll do any and everything of the above, but because nothing has happened to them, they haven't reaped any karma, you know what I'm saying? They think that they can continue on through life like this. Oh, I could shoplift. I didn't get caught. I'll do it again. And I'll do it again. Eventually, they always catch up because the bill always comes due. Now, you can either go ahead and pay the bill that you owe, or you can pay the bill plus the late fee and the interest. I don't know about y'all, but I mean, if I was going to pay a bill, I'd rather just pay the bill. Now, if you just ain't got the money, I mean, it just is what it is. But at least talk to them folks, work something out, right? No, these karmics don't do none of that. They just think that they can escape all consequences. I can do whatever I want, and ain't no consequences going to come back on me. I can get away with whatever I want. That's not true. Because when they come across, like, to all earth angels and chosen ones, when names come across your desk, you might be like, you'll look at the file and you'll be like, who is this? Oh, so my divine assignment is to be the final check mark for them. So if they get a lick off on me, that's okay, because they're going to get the karma going to hit them hard. And not only is it going to hit them hard, and not only are they going to lose like everything in the process, because see, a karmic coming across another karmic ain't nothing, but a karmic coming against a chosen one who's very conscious, awake and aware of who they are, their power, their authority in the spirit, they fucked up. Big time. They did. Yes, they did. Because now when they come across you and they think, oh, I'm a steal, kill, I'm a use, abuse, whatever it is that they think they're going to get off. First off, you already know the intent. Why? Because the spirit team laid the name on the table and you just like, okay, I know who you are. I'm already aware of what you've done before, but I'm going to play stupid. It's kind of insulting sometimes because it's like, how dumb do you really truly believe I am? But they really be thinking you dumb as a sack of bricks. And that's actually disrespectful to bricks because like everything vibrates. Everything is atoms. But that's a whole nother thing though. But seriously, they really be thinking that you dumb. And it's just like, they do know that I'm not dumb, right? Do they really think that I believe they lies? Do they really think that, out of observation, you mistreated that? I've watched you mistreat that person, that person, that person. Essentially, you've watched this person burn bridge after bridge after bridge. And then they come trying to cross the bridge with you. You let them across the bridge. You lift up the little toll gate, let them on over on your side, because at the end of the day, they're technically on your turf and your territory. So you're the one that's in control. But see, they so dumb, they don't even realize that you playing chess and they playing checkers. Hell, they might be playing Uno. I really don't be knowing what game they playing, but they not playing the same game that I'm playing. And I'm really not even trying to play games. You know what I'm saying? But hey, they get to that last stop, that check mark, they always fail. Well, I'm not going to say that. That's not true. Some are wise. Some are wise enough to be like, oh, if I got to, like, they wise enough to know if I try to do what I've done to all those other people, I got a bad feeling that I'm going to get a lot of backlash, a lot of backfire if I mess with this person. So there are few and far in between who are smart and wise enough to know, not this one. This one right here, oh no, I need to, you hungry? Be trying to buy you something to eat. Oh, you need some money? Like, I'll pay for your gas. They'll volunteer to do things for you because they fear what might come if they cross you. Some of them are wise enough to know this. This is why they'll be like, oh, you hungry? You need a snack? They will ask you, damn near beg you, do you need something? And they hoping to God that you do need something and that they can provide what you need so that they can get off. So that, that karma with interest that's waiting around the corner to whoop their ass, it's going to whoop their ass. Just, it's kind of like you going in a back alley and karma just sitting there, waiting. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that they going to rob you, and whole time karma end up robbing them, beating them up, taking all they change, probably stripping and taking their clothes too. We don't know what karma going to do, but karma going to do her job. She always do. She never forgets the address. And people really be thinking, well, I'm going to just move. It don't matter where you move. Your energy signature is all that she needs. It don't matter the physical address. You can move to Canada, to North America, to Australia, to Europe. It don't matter. Your energy signature is what she's following. But see, you can't erase that. You can't change it. You can't, you can't cloak it. You can't do nothing. You are seen at all times, and when she comes to collect, baby, like a debt collector. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because, so don't get it twisted. Some of them are wise enough to know, don't try this one. Some of them, very far and few in between. Other than that, most of them are very arrogant, very, they have nefarious intent. They just think, oh, well, I did this to this person before you. I could do the same and nothing's going to happen. No, not quite. That's when they get that backfire. That's when they get everything full circle. And it comes fast. It comes like the weather changing. You know how the weather can be like, it'll be hot and then out of nowhere, it'll just be cloudy and it'll rain. And then all of a sudden it'll be sunny again, like some weird weather changes out the blue. You'd be like, hold on, the forecast didn't say it was going to rain, but the rain came, stuff like that, right? And so that's how things end up changing for them. Next thing you know, woe is me. This is going wrong. That's going wrong. This is happening. That is happening. And let's say that, their nefarious intent, whatever their motive was or whatever it was they wanted to do to you or take from you. Let's say they complete their mission. Ooh, it's about to be real bad for them. It's about to be real bad. Real bad. But if they have not yet gotten off what they thought they was going to do, they dang sure about to cross and get them licks back for sure. For sure. Because you at the final boss now. It's game over after this. This is the end of the game. You went through doing everything that you wanted to do, using your free will to be a devil, your free will to have evil, nefarious intent, to do whatever you want to do, you know. And guess what? Now judgment is here. And this is the final boss. Coming across a chosen seed or an earth angel is game over for them after that. So just know that when somebody does have nefarious intent, it is absolutely okay for you to play dumb, because sometimes you are on divine assignment to give them what they deserve, essentially. And it's not that you're doing anything to them specifically. It's the fact that they came across you, thought that they could do you dirty. You know what I'm saying? Probably did do you dirty. If they did do you dirty, oh yeah, they definitely getting that butt tap for sure. I'm talking about draws down, belt to ass. They getting toe up. Yep. But the ones who are wise, that they was about to get it off, and then they was like, and they pulled back. They're the smartest of them all, because they're the wise ones to be like, oh, you know what? I just have this feeling. Yeah, that's their intuition and their spiritual team telling them, hey, don't, because at the end of the day, the interesting part is sometimes when people get karma, it's not necessarily always like God giving them karma. Sometimes they have crossed the wrong one, somebody who is divinely protected and highly spiritual ranked, that their ancestors be like, nah, your seed did this to our seed. Somebody got to pay. So one of two things. We gonna come and stomp out your descendant, or you gonna have to bring the gavel down on them and stomp them out yourself. Now, you know, they team don't want to do that, but sometimes they got to. And that's the worst part. Your own ancestors stomping you out and putting curveballs in your life, blockages in your life, you know. But technically, they're not necessarily the ones really doing this. It's the fact that they did what they did. They was out here fucking up. They was out here doing everything that they weren't supposed to be doing and disappointing their ancestors. So their ancestors was like, okay, look, you ain't gotta like whoop their ass. We gonna handle it. And then they handle it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just sit back and just be watching. Because trust me, anybody that's divinely protected, your team don't play about you. Not your angels, not your ancestors, not God. Nobody plays about you. And that's something that they got to learn. And at the end of the day, it's okay to play dumb, because at the end of the day, after they do what they do, just understand life gonna get real bad for them real soon after. And do not feel bad for them, because they have a debt to pay. They haven't paid it, and they got to pay it forward. Some people, they have done everything in this lifetime to avoid, you know, paying back what they owe. They have done everything possible to not apologize, to not make things right, to not rectify the situation, to not come up with a solution, and to be on the same page with somebody. So guess what? When they burn every bridge and they in this world by themselves, and I'm talking about by themselves, I'm talking about God don't listen to them. They prayers fall on deaf ears. They spiritual team ain't fucking with them. So therefore they ain't got no protection. So shoot, when these evil spirits and these demons get to demoning, they free game. So when things go wrong, I'm talking about wrong, house fires, you know, floodings, car breaking down left and right, accidents, hospitalization, sickness, illness. A cascade of things can go wrong. You know, people around them start dying, dropping like flies. Like, you got to really ask yourself. I think I made a video where I told y'all spiritual reparations. Do not shield people from their karma. These are lessons that they have to learn in this lifetime. And don't be taking on their stuff. That's their stuff. You know, if you going through all your trials and tribulations, who are they not to go through theirs? Who are they to think that you gonna make life on easy street for them, but you know you was playing the game on difficulty, hard, and they think that they could just come through and play it on easy mode or normal? No, you gonna have to go through some stuff. On every level, there's a new devil, and that's something that they gotta learn. After all, they're the ones that got nefarious intent. So let the wicked be wicked and understand that they gonna meet their match. People always meet their match. Y'all ever like be driving and somebody rushing and racing or whatever, and you just go ahead and you slow down or you stop and you let them go? They're gonna run into somebody just like them. Car accident. Now the car is totaled. Now they probably got medical bills behind it. Now they got insurance costs behind it, because if they were the ones that, you know, that caused the accident, they're the ones that got to pay. You see, all of that just piled up real quick. And we know that, like, with the way the economy is, can you afford to be messing up like that? I don't know. I'm just saying. So, anyways, peace, positive energy always creates elevation. Just play dumb. Act like you just Ray Charles out here. But whole time, you watching, you on game. And that's what part of discernment. It's not really much that they can do to hurt you, because you already know where they're coming from. You see it a mile away. So they let them do what they want to do. You already 10 steps ahead. So anyways, bye y'all.